Greetings, everybody, and welcome to another segment of LogI.Tech Gaming. I'm your host, LogI.Tech. Hey, and wow, we got an update from scrap mechanic Axolot. Can you believe it? Wow. When was the last one? May or something? It was something like that's when is that when it was? Let's go through this, man. See what these guys got going on here, guys. I hope y'all guys are doing well. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and everything to you guys. So let's get into what these guys got going on right here. So they said scrap mechanic physics and wedge update, surprise update for scrap mechanic. It said, hi, mechanics. We've got a surprise update for you today, the physics and wedge update. While the next chapter is still in development, we didn't want to hold back some exciting features that could enhance your gameplay experience right away. Plus, this gives us a chance to test these features with all of you. So, what's in here? Improved physics. Now, before I get any further, I can already tell that these guys have I've got to give some credit here to up the game. Normally, when you see a their blog or something like this from Scrap Mechanic, it's got a lot of playfulness in it to it. Now, I'm not saying this doesn't have it, but it's not a lot of that rigmarole language that they use in some of this other stuff that they've been using in some of these dev blogs. You know, like we've been down in the I don't know, something, the depths and all this other stuff like that. Yeah, they're not doing all that other crap right here. You just see it's kind of really straightforward, but they're having a little fun, but it's not as extreme. So they said they have improved physics. So this is to me is a key one right here. So this update brings a major overhaul to the physics system, unlocking new possibilities and significantly reducing lag. The creations can now collide with each other, and loose items can be thrown around or stacked in larger amounts. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so that means, guys, if you ever play Scrap Mechanic, you know that having a lot of loose items can cause a lot of lag, particularly if you play survival. And you'll notice it particularly when you're mining rocks and trees. Okay, when this stuff hit the ground, if you get your car close to it or a vehicle close to it, man, or you get close to it, the whole game will just start to slow down and lag. So, and they showed some of this in their post, that little GIF that they showed when they showed the car dropping and all the little loose items coming down. So they're showing that they've updated the physics and everything. So our team has worked hard to optimize the physics of Scrap Mechanic, tackling this challenge head on. While the performance boost will vary depending on your hardware, these improvements should make a noticeable difference. However, this update doesn't fix issues with large, super complex creations lagging within themselves, and that's a separate issue we're still addressing. Okay, that's great. I can understand it. Yeah, I can understand these guys. I can give them some credit there because they got to deal with people with variable builds and everything like that. Everybody has a low to mid machine, but still with that, it's a lot of variability in between those. So important. New worlds will have the new smart physics on by default. However, old worlds will need to be set to new physics settings manually, and you can find this setting under Options, Gameplay, Physics Quality, and then select Smart Recommended. Good to keep in mind that only the host in multiplayer can adjust the physics quality. Okay, that's great. Okay, they got a feature like that right now before they added this, where you can actually make the physics real wonky. You can turn the physics quality down. Right now, they got kind of like a slider for that. So here's the big thing that everybody I think has really been talked about. And I know Scrapman is probably going to be happy about this one in particular. So we got wedges. We're thrilled to announce that the wedges have finally arrived as a new building block. All block materials now have a wedge version, making it possible to create shapes and designs that weren't achievable before. We're excited to see what amazing builds you come up with using this new addition. Okay, this is great. This is going to be awesome, man. So that's going. I know Scrapman is going to be happy about that, and a lot of other people will be happy. And I'm actually happy about it too, because I think the wedge, these angled forms and everything, can really make for interesting builds and some unique stuff. So they have something else here called networking optimizations. We've also made significant improvements to multiplayer performance. With these changes, along with the updated physics, playing with friends should now feel smoother and more enjoyable than ever. You know, that has been a major issue with Scrap Mechanic for a long time, is the multiplayer aspect and trying to get into games. I've had some really wonky stuff happen in there and everything. It's been absolutely odd. So hopefully I can get with somebody to jump in and play and try to test some of these multiplayer features out and see how the network optimizations work out here. And so the last one they got right here says new and updated parts. This update includes some exciting new parts and tweaks to existing ones. The FarmBot target part lets you create a lets you create your very own shooting range. And the window with curtains adds extra flair to your builds by allowing you to open and close them. Additionally, we've unlocked some spaceship parts in creative mode that were previously only available in survival mode. We hope you guys enjoy everything that this update has to offer. At last, a note about the next chapter. We've made some amazing progress this year, but we're still not happy with some of the segments of the chapter that require more work and fixes. We're sorry to keep you guys waiting so long. We'll start hard at work on the next chapter. Stay creative and so and so and so and so. Okay, so then they go down here and they got the little patch notes, everything that they fixed and everything. All right, so this is great news. I still will say late coming. But I understand these companies have to prioritize the things that they're doing. I understand that. I know you guys probably see me in the posts over there all the time, just giving them the business and everything, and that we got a right to do that. This company, as a dev, should understand that themselves. Hey, man, we've been really not really communicating right. I think this is one of the better posts that they've ever made. I think it's one of the best posts they've ever made. It was to the point. It won't plan around, skipping around, beating around the bush and everything. And they finally gave somebody something tangible. So, guys, what I'm going to be doing is jumping into the game immediately and testing out these new features and seeing what we got. First thing I'm going to do is test out the new physics on the old world. So before I go, this might be confirming some things that we were all concerned about before concerning the new chapter coming out. Now, also let's get into that first before I get into that. Now, this thing they keep talking about the next chapter. I think they need to stop that. That's the only thing I don't like about this. The next chapter. There was no first chapter. There was no first chapter, Axolot. You didn't have anything. There was no first chapter there. We didn't do anything. Okay, there was a few things. There was no story. There was no first chapter. This is your first chapter. You're just getting started. Okay, so let's stop with the next chapter thing. Okay, number two. I think this issue right here with them, with this thing with the improved physics and everything, with the physics, smart physics on and everything, the smart world or whatever they were saying that should be on by default. I think that's going to allow for us now to keep our old worlds when we get the new update coming. You see what I'm saying, guys? They were talking about this. They didn't know if they was going to be able to, with the new additions and everything they were doing, for us to hop into that with our own existing worlds and then kind of go from there, or did we have to start off? So this sounds promising that we'll be able to keep our worlds and go from there. So anyway, all right, man, much love to you guys. We're going to end it right there, man. This is I think this is one of the best updates these guys have ever done. And actually, let's check out, see what else they got going on. They had made some other posts up in here. Let me see what we was and where we at right here. All right, let me see. Yeah, they got some. Let me see. Yeah, they say, okay, they got some posts right here. So the new worlds will have the new smart physics on by default. However, old worlds will need to set this. And then what they said, they showed you what they've done right here. So they've added increased max network velocities of objects, disabled max velocity limitation in single player, fixed ragdoll sync. Oh, they got more. Let me click on the show more. So they fixed sync issues, fixed missing shadows on some parts, comedic visuals not updating fix, and restored collision changes on concave wedges and metal storage ramp. Okay, all right. Well, hey man, listen, I gotta give them credit, man. This was a pretty decent post right here. Even though we don't have the chapter 2 yet, which I think is still absolutely insane. You know what I'm saying? This was much better. Okay, and now what they need to do now is continue this. Continue. You know what I'm saying? Communicating. Don't wait another 9 months. Okay, let's go check. When was the last? May 21st of this year was May. That's ridiculous, bro. This game, Wrath, has been out already for a long time. All right. I don't play Wrath. I probably never will play it. Doesn't seem like my type of game. I might give it a try one day, but I'm just not really. I never been interested in Wrath. But if they got that game out, they have. What's going on here? I understand it's a much more complicated game than Wrath, but all we ask is you guys communicate more. Okay, this was absolutely much. It was much better. Much better communication. Y'all didn't go into all this gameplay and all this other crap with the wordplay and all this other stuff, man. Awesome. So, All right, guys, I'm going to check y'all on the next video. I'm going to be jumping in and seeing what these new changes are bringing, what the wedges have and everything like that. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out.